I'm Paparu the woman member of parliament for Arua district. Today I was the chief guest officiating on the Greater Arua Teachers Day, because they were celebrating the World Teachers Day, but they came together as the bigger Arua to celebrate. The theme of the day was valuing teachers' voices for a new contract. So for me, what does that mean? When somebody says let's sign a new contract, it is either the other contract is over or it is not working well and we should re-evaluate it. One key issue which came as a challenge by the teachers is that the salary disparity. That I accept. This was a policy matter. I want to say this clear, because the policies are brought by the minister and they are approved at the cabinet. So the minister responsible for education and sports came out with the resolution that let teachers be paid more. So the purpose was to attract more people in sciences and have quality science education and to promote IT and all that science technology. But it has brought a number of issues. To start with, the science teachers, because this money is big, many of them are teaching for 3-4 years. They ask for early retirement. Why? Right now, when they cover 3-4 years, the law is open for them to ask for early retirement as long as they have worked for more than 10 years. Now, the current salary a science teacher earns is about 4 million. What does that mean? When this teacher asks for early retirement, the teacher can actually get up to 180 million for gratuity. So what they are doing is they ask for early retirement, then they spend their time to teach in private schools, or they want to invest that money. So kind of we expected them to have been maybe happy and teach more, but you can see the challenge that it is bringing. Now the head teacher, whether you are science based or arts, you earn the administrative salary. So whether you are a science teacher, now there are some head teachers who want to resign from being administrators so that they become class teachers and they earn 4 million and not 1.5. So those are some of the challenges. But what has it also brought? Right now, the science teachers now have another association, another union of science teachers. Now here we have a union of teachers where we wanted them to come together. They can lobby, they can advocate for what they want. So this is like divide and rule. So that is what the teachers were raising here. We were here today, I asked them, who is a teacher? Is the professor a teacher? Is the lecturer a teacher? Is the secondary teacher a teacher? So you find here there were mostly primary teachers. So the teachers, I think, need to come together and advocate for their issues. But what is currently happening is that the ministry has already tabled teachers' bill in parliament. I'm in the Committee of Education and Sports. We are already processing that bill. So we are getting views. The purpose is to professionalize teaching. That means whether you're a professor, whether you're a teacher, the way Uganda Law Society does their things under their council, you're supposed to register. So that probably the issues of welfare, the issue of regularizing teaching is improved in this country. So I think this was one of the key things which came up. Now planning for retirement. We know teachers, they host a number of children of their relatives, because people know when my child stays with the teacher, the child will do better. So you find they work so much and they don't plan for their retirement. And this retirement is not far. Every year is going. We tell them it is actually tomorrow. You must prepare for it, because we have seen many teachers, once they retire, they easily fall sick, they easily pass on, they easily die, which is very challenging. Yet those days we knew the people who would live longest in our communities were teachers. So it is very important that the issue of retirement, they plan for it. We know teachers, many of them are now engulfed in loans from here to there. We had a testimony here where somebody's ATM card is actually with the financial institution. Even the ID, actually the DO said that during the validation, they almost missed to validate a teacher because the teacher did not have identity card. When they asked where is the identity card, it was with somebody who had lent this teacher money. So once you are in this loan business to that extent, then you're not going to plan for your retirement. So teachers are respected for a profession in this country. We are, because the teachers are, So it is important as stakeholders, as leaders. I think there's a communication beyond the profession. With the economy of this world now, there's planning beyond the profession. So they can also diversify. The teachers who are teaching in rural areas, you can rent land. There are schools in rural areas that have land. So you diversify so that when you have food, probably use your small money for salary. But as a leader, as a legislator, for me, I think when the teachers' policy comes to play, one of the things I want to see in that bill, the teachers' bill, is that their welfare, their payment should be regularized to the standard of living of now, so that they concentrate in teaching. We blame them, others are doing bada, others are doing this, because they need to earn more than what they have. 450,000 shillings, you must pay your child in school, you must feed, you must rent. It is not possible. So for me, that is what I'm looking forward to, that let there be a minimum. And government now is saying every teacher must have a degree. For me, I'm like, why must it be a must? Even the lawyers, you can, if you want to be a professional lawyer, go for degree. But we will have people who go for diploma in law, people who go for certificate in law. So it should be optional. But the government, the ministry should also tell the people that when you have a degree, whether in nursery teaching, whether in primary teaching, then your minimum income must be what a degree holder gets. We have many teachers who have upgraded with the diploma, with the degree, and the government has not upgraded their salary. So for me, all these things, if you connect it to the theme, we need to talk. We need to have the social contract with all stakeholders, not just teachers alone.
But most importantly, to talk to you teachers, fellow teachers. We teach the world to forget us. Sometimes we complain like that. But I just want to say one small thing about planning retirement. If you see fellow teachers who have retired on these streets, I'm particularly addressing myself to you, the young teachers who have just joined the teaching service. Please plan retirement. It is very painful. I know in our setting here, whatever it is that is in the minds of our relatives is that mvadi mama embo tiari ave eringa school lami, mvadi mama uncle adi ave eringa bizimbo timirisi eringa school lami, pepe iridakini yotore mavore tiria basi mine waraga yozo mori bayemi dini voreko. Teachers have liberty to educate other people's children against their own children, and these children have not turned back to look at these retired old teachers. So fellow teachers, plan your retirement. This is not only for teachers, but whoever is here. Whether you're a journalist holding a camera, whether you're who, every age is a reality. And why am I saying this? My father is a retired teacher. Mr. Abia is a retired teacher. I go at arm's length to look after my father, as if my father supported nobody, as if my father has no other children. Just because he is a teacher and he rendered great service to this nation, today you can look at that very humble man and you wonder, if this Abia was not there, what would be the retirement of this gentleman like? So fellow teachers, it is very important that you plan for your retirement. And it is soon. It is very soon. Don't take too many responsibilities that your salary cannot afford. You try and start. Atabaka yameba nzini nidi ontini tabadele paziza wani nyamo dere nidi aguburu maruari. Ole kina parani pandika emba pinida refuru emba pirani gazini mizini ke emba pirudi minitazi emba pirurisi ama ozakopi minitazi emba pirurikisi tefati sisende nivu gari badi ele mine bari elia iki appointment na ile ni visiti bere kaya nekila imechi mwari zobokados. So plan retirement, plan your exit from service, do other things during holidays. Yes? Some of these policy issues can change when governments change. But the most important thing is that self-first. Protect yourself. Work. And do something better. Yes? We are aware of how money is squandered in this economy. Yes? But but you are not going to cry so much. The first thing is you start counting with yourself. Family deliver quota. Let me go let you and defeat or for some of the little active or for some of the that or what when I need it so you're able to make the pyramid and then I am working. And this is serious. After this I just know the do what for a caro. Family working on it. After many that Andrew Bemba has produced great leaders. Yes? So teachers never joke with the planning retirement. It's very, very important. And also invest in your children. And I want to address myself to single mother teachers. You're a single mother, you're a teacher, know that the burden you're carrying is even bigger. And so you must think big. As a single mother, think big. Stop thinking in a minute way. And teachers, you like wasting a lot of time gossiping. Don't gossip, go to school mornings here. The activities here. The higher and the higher you go, the better. That is it. Many of you did not go to higher education because of school fees challenges. Invest in yourself, reorganize your life. Let nobody throw so much negativity in your life. Yes? I stand forward and I talk for single mothers, and I talk for mothers, I talk for parents, I talk for whoever is interested in education. Because I stuck to this country as the Shadow Minister for Education for 10 years, nobody deceives me about policy matters of education in this country. And so teachers, self first before others.
Start talking about it, some governments can collapse today. Because the inequality is very serious. And they are not piracy. As speaking Gama, and you remember Mambo area if you want to at the level, they are only. Those are the questions we should ask and address. Whether we like it or not, and they're not really talking really come out for two, it can be right? Yes? And even when they are there are others who are coming to invest here. So investing in education is investing in economics. And invest in yourself to teachers. Yes? I even are miserable. They don't be my food. Me, say that I'm not going to feel the me do that country, and only golden coats here, and that will be about it. Yes? You must have an opportunity in a month to not be afforded for working hard. Yes? So I have to make it up to be my dear. Take your money, 50,000, dress well. Walk majestically to Golden Coast or whichever hotel and thank your potent.
My name is Anguyo John. I'm the secretary, Sub-Bek Onatu. I think what is affecting the Teachers' Day, the result of having few teachers in the venue is just a negative mindset of teachers that while Teachers' Day is a Onatu kind of thing. So teachers feel Onatu has failed them in very many ways, especially in negotiation for their salary enhancement. That is one thing. Two, the organization, I call it a little bit poor because the organization is supposed to start from grassroots, that is from school level, whereby school representatives were elected, one male teacher and one female teacher per school to represent Onatu in each of these schools. But I'm seeing that Onatu guideline is again so confusing. In the organization for the teachers, World Teachers Day like this, they don't include those grassroots organization. They just rely on the BEC members. So even forgetting about sub-BEC, who are supposed to inform the members from school level. So I think that is one of the reasons as to why the population in the World Teachers Day for Arua City and Arua men is very poor today.
What will you say about the issues of teachers' retirement and preparing for retirement?
Yeah, teachers' retirement issue and the preparation for retirement is, see, some teachers, they are really frustrated about the working conditions. As such, even there are very many teachers who have not clocked retirement age and they are willing to retire prematurely just because they see it is a little bit stressing. And there are very many things the government is putting on teachers, like you have to finish a degree, masters and so on, and nothing like salary enhancement have been done. And these disparities whereby they grade others as science teachers and others as teachers, so it has made the teaching fraternity as a real kind of work which is like slavery, because the working conditions alone are not favorable, and they don't want you to do another work. Only you have to teach, and you have to arrive to school very early. You sign the teller machine, you have to scheme, you have to plan, you have to monitor children around, and at the end of the month you get only 400,000. So if you have like 2 to 3 children in secondary schools, so you know the cost of things, the cost of living is very high, and really that's what is frustrating teachers. And if you see the rate at which people are dying today, most of them are teachers because of stress, this stroke and so on, because of overthinking, because the way they feel the government is treating them is unfair. So
how can teachers unite under a common agenda other than splitting? There is a faction of UNATU, science teachers are separate, this side also English teachers want to be separate. Don't you think this is scattering teachers more?
that is it. I think this is a kind of divide and rule policy. They are trying to divide people according to clusters, so that once you are divided, you become very weak. When you stand as one person, you stand firm. Nothing will shake you up. So you see, we are scattered. Even others, like those ones in secondary, maybe in science, most of them, if you take the number of secondary teachers who are here for this World Teachers Day, they think this or not kind of thing is for primary teachers. And meanwhile, it's not like that. So they also feel this World Teachers Day is a kind of onatu thing, and that is what is affecting the attendance of the colleagues. Even when I try to consult some of the colleagues, informing them that we are supposed to come and enjoy the day, it is our day, they said they can't go and waste their time there. They better go and look for money. They better go to other markets whereby they can raise something to sustain the family. So I think it could be of a better use when we join our hands together. We form a very one and strong association that can help us to speak with volume, and also we love the profession because it is a call from God, and we put aside all our differences. I think it will be okay. And if in my own opinion, I think in future, if at least this World Teachers Day is supposed to be colorful, all the teachers of various schools has to be put on form. They have to be on board, so that some allocations can be made on school. In a year, like they can say every school should pay 50,000, whereby we also involve the children we teach, because children are part of us. We have seen what these few children from St. Daniel have done. They have made the day colorful. So we could expect even some students from Moni Girls, Diofe Girls, Ombachi, marching together with the teachers, you see, because a teacher and a pupil or a student, they are inseparable. You cannot separate them. So I think that it would be better.
My name is Andama Philip, chairperson Uganda National Teachers Union, Arua City branch. I am very, very overwhelmed with the joy, especially on this auspicious occasion of celebrating One Teachers Day with the theme Valuing Teachers' Voices, a Social Contract for Education. It's a great pleasure for me to speak to you, the media team, on especially why it is important for us to celebrate this day. Just like we have been speaking in our speeches, this is a special day world over where teachers gather and reflect on what they do in the teaching profession. I am humbled because of the opportunity the teachers have taken to come and celebrate this day. Once in a while, it is very important as teachers for us to come together and reflect on our contribution, not only to the transformation of the learners, but also to the transformation of the economy. Bear in our mind that it is us who prepare the human capital management. It is us who prepare the manpower that takes in the transformation of the country. For instance, as Ugandans, as teachers of Uganda, we are very grateful for this enormous effort that we put to the economy by building the human capital. But now what I need also to appeal to the government is this. Today, all over Uganda, the teachers have voiced their message through the maiden message that has been given by the General Secretary of Uganda National Teachers Uganda National Teachers Union, Mr. Philibert. I also want to congratulate the team, especially who come from other parts of the district, those whom we invited, especially the chairman District 5, the members of parliament, and other members of parliament who joined us today. I want to thank them for coming to celebrate with us, to grace this occasion, and I wish to say that this should not be the end. They should always be coming and supporting. I want to appeal to us, especially the teachers, that it is very important for us to come together. I want to allude the fears that UNATO has not done enough. Most teachers think the union has not done enough, which is not true. As a union, we say we have done our best. We have done the best negotiations that we have. We have presented to government the challenges teachers have faced. We have also presented to the government the issues that teachers go through, the teacher accommodation, the teacher pupil ratio, student ratio, even in the tertiary institutions. All these have been really embedded in the speech of today. So now, our appeal is that governments will take over the responsibility of trying to look and reflect and look at the issue of the teacher.
Okay. You point to us some of the challenges that you people continue to face, not forgetting about the issue of the salary disparities.
Actually, for us, let me begin. I made a speech when I was talking that local derby. Let me start with the local derby. Local derby, meaning the challenges we face here locally. Number one is the accommodation. I must tell you, as a city, that's why I was appealing. Teachers do not have accommodation. Most of the teachers within here rent, and there are no staff houses within this. This is schools, both in primary and secondary. That's one challenge. The second challenge we also face locally here, the attitude of the community towards the teacher. Even you go down countries, at least there is appreciate my teacher week. Appreciate my teacher philosophy. You see, the parents down there are not like us. The parents down there are different. They support their teachers. But for us local here, you find people don't appreciate. Instead, people abuse. Now, how do you abuse somebody who is dealing with the future of your learners? You see this? That's where we have. And also now, when we look at nationally, the major key factor that is bringing disharmony is the spirit of dichotomy which was brought by the government, especially dividing us, sciences vis-a-vis arts. This alone has brought a challenge, and I'm sure this is what is bringing actually challenge, the most grievous challenge that is the teaching profession of today. Now, let us ask ourselves, how have the teachers been equipped to do their best in the teaching profession? How have they been equipped? What has government done? Like now, when we talk about teaching sciences, I visited some schools within here, within the city, and I found even the laboratories are not equipped. Now, how does the teacher who teaches science, the science teacher whose salary has been remunerated, how does he or she teach the teacher? I mean, the learners without equipping the laboratories. Actually, in our own philosophy and ideology, we thought that the government of the Republic of Uganda, before even putting the salaries remuneration for the teachers, should have first equipped the laboratories. That was our philosophy, and we even gave government this very clearly, that first of all, put the teachers right. Even when we want to improve performance, let the teachers be put first right. Let the teaching profession and the welfare and the teacher, the accommodation and so on, all those be put in place first. And once that is done, then we shall have that automation of seeing that the teaching profession is at the glory. Yeah, actually, why were the teachers in this number? This is not the number that we expected. The only things that going to teachers have. You see this? The teacher, this is a symbol, this is a symptom that teachers are demoralized. The turn up here is a symbol of demoralization. Meaning next year we are going to engage another gear. First of all, we shall do mobilization. We have been doing mobilization, but I think to my own understanding, it might not have been enough. But we tried our best to do what we could within our means. So we shall begin early planning. Maybe perhaps engage the media team early enough so that we have talk shows and we make requisitions to other partners who can come up and support us early enough so that we make it better. But to our capacity vis-a-vis the resources we had, I think this has been one of the best. We have delivered our best, but I think next year we hope for better.
What can you say about teachers' retirement? The former MP said teachers die miserably.
Yes, teachers die and teachers retire. I want to tell you this very clearly. You go and even here when the speeches were going on and people were talking about retirement, see the upload they had. People are ready to go home. I want to tell this point blank. So the government not wake up from this sleep they are in and they continue with this situation. Teachers are going home. Recently, we did the statistics. That's why I try to look at the way this thing has been implemented, especially the national teacher policy. It is a very good thing, very beautiful. We love it. As a teachers union, we embrace it. Matches the other nitty-gritties that we need to put in to refurbish it so that is better. So teachers have the interest to retire. Why? Because of the conditions they are in. So if these challenges are not addressed, then we have a boom that is coming. See this, we have a boom, one day we shall wake up, our schools are bare. We will not get them. Even me, when they ask me now, can you go home? I'm ready. Yes, I am ready to go home. You see this, because of the challenges I go through. So what is the appeal? The appeal is let every partner wake up. Give a support to the teacher. It may not be monetary as of now, but let there be things be done that can improve the teaching profession.
Now, lastly, teachers who now go and leave school should look for more money because the money in school is not enough. Do you think this should be the norm or government should enhance?
I want to put it this way. In your own house, if your wife goes out, you should ask yourself as a man, why? Maybe you are not doing bedroom science very well. You see this? Why are the teachers going for more money? Why are they going out maybe to do in the border industry to this effect? It is because the money that they earn is not enough. I want to tell you this. I'm a scholar in the university. I'm now pursuing my master's degree. But it is out of the 400,000. What have I done? I've gone for loans. So the teachers go and look for more money because of the condition they are in. Whatever way they may have, others involved in business and so on, be it that way. To me, I don't have much problem, so long as it is sufficient within the context that they are able to accommodate. And my appeal is, yes, we are in the profession. When we are looking for more money, let it not affect our performance. That is the appeal I want to make. It's not a crime to look for more money because of the conditions we are in. We want to really enhance and add a top up on the income that we get. I think that is the brief I can say over that.
On this very day, I would like to congratulate the teachers that turned up here, even those who are at home. Please, thank you. Thank you for marking this day. It is your day. And I think that is the reason why we are here. City Education Officer outlined that very, very well, why we are here. But take it from me, teachers, without you, we cannot be in these positions. I cannot be here as chairman of the district without you. Even the doctors, the engineers, even the president himself passed through the hands of teachers. And therefore, we feel very, very, very happy and honored to identify with you on such a day. Without you, we cannot be. Without you, we cannot be. I like the slogan. You are, because you are, the nation is. Now I want to say it this way, because you are, we are. Okay? We are because of you. Please take that it is not for fun, but I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart. On this day we recognize and sincerely appreciate your efforts in nation building. We appreciate you so much. If we look at the time we present learners to you, we present them with blank mind. In psychology you call that tabula rasa. But you are the people planting information, planting ideas in our heads. And therefore, I want to say, please, if you have been belittling yourselves, please do not belittle yourselves. Have self-esteem, self-satisfaction. You are great people. You are great people. You have done a lot in this country. This nation is standing because of you. Allow me to react a little bit. Today, we are talking about human capital development in this country, producing a very good human resource for this country. And I want to assure you that government is living consciously that the people, the sectors that can put in place a very good human resource, number one is education sector. Education, without education, we cannot have a very good human resource. Number two is health. So health and education and the program-based budgeting, they are treated as one entity. Am I right, City Clerk? Because we want to have what is called sustainable socio-economic transformation. If we want to see this country developing, we must invest in education. We must invest in health. Why? The citizens that are educated will be able to get better paying jobs. When they get better paying jobs, they will be able to pay very good taxes to this country in form of what is called GDP, and which government uses for running this country. An example is myself, even you. Many of you do not know, I pay every month tax to government, 700,000 every month. Myself, you see here, every month. And multiply that by 4 years. Okay, by 4 years times 12 months. You can see the amount of money me alone has already contributed to government in form of taxes. Now, assuming we are many, you produce many of us, we will be able to generate revenue within here, this country, to run the country. And that is why government is looking at your efforts as a sustainable socio-economic transformation strategy. Now, your cries that your welfare needs to be improved, other things need to be improved. If government is living consciously that you are the strategy for sustainable socio-economic transformation, it clearly means that something is amiss, something is wrong somewhere in the system, and which we must address. That is why you are pleading for what is due to you. I want to say that teachers, take it from me as chairman, you sacrifice a lot in terms of time, in terms of your energy. And sometimes I'm tempted to think that time is not enough for you as teachers. Looking at the number of papers you are marking, in average government standard is that one teacher, the ratio is one teacher is equal to how many learners? 55. But on the ground you realize that one teacher is equal to 100 learners in average. Actually 200. That is a big number. Now, assuming you give assignments to them, you also have to mark the assignments the following day. You have to give back their books. Will you have night to sleep? Will there be time for sleeping? Even besides that, your children need you. Even besides that, your dear husband, your wife also needs your attention. Where are you? Where are you? Is there time really? So I'm tempted to say that teachers go through a lot. And therefore, I want to say thank you so much. You are sacrificing a lot. You are very, very patient with us, very patient with the parents, even very patient with our learners. I want to say your ticket to heaven is this profession that has been given to you. And hold it the key tightly. I have not seen a time when you laid down your tools because government has not responded to you. And that is the tolerance I'm talking about. Please, as you strive, as you struggle for what is due to you, make sure that your services continue to be rendered so that our innocent children don't suffer. Innocent children don't suffer. So that we have a sustainable socio-economic transformation in this country. As leader, I call upon public to change their attitude. Public to change their attitude towards teachers. Government to change their attitude towards teachers. Government policies are there, but I think there are some wrong people somewhere in the system. Some people wrong somewhere in the system who are not articulating their issues very well. Okay? If policies are written by teachers, by legislators, let's ask ourselves, how many teachers are legislators in the parliament? How many? If they are there, what have they done? They are more than other professions, but what are they doing? That is what is called a disaster. You are there, you have been a teacher, you are there in the parliament. Why don't you articulate the issues of teachers very well in the parliament such that the policies come in favor of teachers? Why? So something is wrong somewhere. And therefore I want to say this from me, take it from me as a leader, we value teachers. We value teachers for their contributions towards us. Nation building, we value you. Teachers, take it from me, we value you. And that is why, as a real district, this year our priority, budget priority for this year, 2024-2025, priority number 1 goes to education. Education carries the highest priority. Even this education will still be the priority. Our district is planning to recruit 100 teachers this year. And that is where we are seeing that we want to reduce the workload on the teachers. The issue of teachers not getting salary. I think I want to be sincere. As district chairman, we budget 100% for your salaries. I think the difficult time we had was when we started the system. We had 227 teachers who are floating, my chairman, you will agree with me, who did not get salary for 1 full year. And they continued to teach. That was the difficult moment in our life during the transition. But God was on our side and we managed to put them all back on payroll. As I talk now, the salaries are at least being improved. But now, why should, if the council budgets 100% for all of you, why should some of you miss salaries? Why? I'm tempted to think that amongst yourselves you don't like yourselves. Because the people who are to pay you are the education officers, people who are in education. Why don't you pay teachers who are there laboring to teach? The council is budgeting 100%. And at the end of the financial year, if you don't pay these teachers, the money ends up going back, meaning that you have low absorption capacity, which is very bad. So can we make sure that every year the money budgeted for teachers, no money goes back? Can we do that? Make sure we pay them. As a district, I want to reaffirm our commitment. My 2 chairpersons, I want to reaffirm my commitment. We want to see that teachers must upgrade. Teachers must upgrade. Today we have failed to get substantive teachers. In our district we have 50 primary schools. Out of 50, less than 10 are headed by substantive teachers. Where are the teachers? You must upgrade so that you people in that position. We cannot afford to live like that. Then number 2, we want to say that we pledge to respect the voices of teachers. We want to be a district that respects the voices of teachers. Why? Because without you we cannot go anywhere. We pledge to respect your voices. And therefore I want to warn you, as we do our part, you also do your part very well. And make sure that you don't pick loans. Please don't pick loans from these unscrupulous money lenders who at the end of the time, at the end of it all, they make you to sign there, and then making life is difficult for you. They follow you. Instead of sitting in the class you are running. I appeal to you, instead of picking money from money lenders, you pick money from UNATU. Whose interest remains for you? You join UNATU. Why am I saying this? Out of 700 teachers in Rio district my DO talked about, only 350 are coded on UNATU. Where are the rest? Where are the rest? Only 350 out of 700. My chairman, am I communicating? Where are the rest? They are to be coded. So let's do that. I want to say once more, we place to be a district that voices of teachers. We will be behind you. Please, from time to time, make sure we move forward. I want to say that when you have a problem, don't hesitate to come to us. I'm very happy that the line, when we started, the line of teachers coming to me was very long, but based on as I talk now, the line is reduced. I'm actually without less work. I'm actually without work now. That means the teachers' issues are getting solved at human resource level and committee level. Don't reach me. I want to thank the DO for job well done in terms of addressing teachers' plight. I say this for God and my country.